Hey there, gorgeous inner power entrepreneur. I'm your host, Dr. Amanda, and today we're going to dive into 7 empowering journal prompts to help you get aligned for business success in 2024. If you're a coach, expert, or business owner, you're in the right place to learn law of attraction strategies that will help you supercharge your energy, mindset, and habits to manifest rapid business growth. Oh yeah, rapid business growth is what we want starting today forward. So let's jump into today's topic. I'm a huge fan of journaling, and it's been such an interesting tool and strategy to use with my clients and with myself. Often when I started my business, I would always have my one-on-one clients practice journaling. And most of them, when they would come to me, weren't in the habit of doing it on a regular basis, if at all. And there was a lot of resistance. They would often say, really, I've got to start journaling. I know I should, but I don't know how. And they would be a little bit resistant. I would give them specific journaling prompts to do each and every week. And they would come back to me so surprised by what would happen for them and to them in their businesses just because of this one simple habit. The coolest thing ever is that, you can have a leather-bound journal, you can have a digital journal, you could have random pieces of paper hanging out. It's really up to you how you set your journal up. And remember, it is an important habit for manifesting, for clarity. I'm going to give you all the reasons. I really want us to think about why you would journal in the first place. Number one reason I say is that it's the Bible of yourself. Your journal is the Bible of yourself. It's you getting connected with yourself. And remember, the key here is to know who you are, know what you want, and know how to get there. That's what it's going to take for you to really feel amazing in your life and your business. And your journal is a place to do that. You write down your thoughts and self-reflections, and you manifest, and you get to know yourself really well through journaling. I've been journaling oddly since about 5th grade, and my journal entries look very different now than they did then. In 5th grade, it was a lot about boys with all the hearts, and I would write down my fears and my woes, and then in my adult life before I had a business, I would write down a lot of my challenges. And I had this fear that, oh my God, if my kids ever saw my journal, I would be horrified. And so I had this deal with my best friend: if I die, randomly, will you please go burn my journals? And she was like, yes, do the same for me. And I love that because I really want my journal to be a place where I can say what I need to say and really let myself kind of puke out what I don't want to be experiencing anymore, or what I want to see clearly in written form. Yet, I will say that I have very much shifted my journaling toward vision-based journaling. I don't have nearly as much of the fears and worries. And if I'm using my journal in that way, then I'm using it as a reframe tool. So I might write down what I'm afraid of because I'm not going to hide from what I'm afraid of. I'm not going to hide from the things I'm struggling with. You want to know what those are. I don't let myself only go to my journal to dump the bad stuff and then just leave it there, because that would be kind of similar to going to a counselor and just dumping all of your victim mindset stuff and them saying, holding a space and hearing it and not helping you move through it, or doing that with a coach. And, coaches don't really operate that way. They're always going to give you action steps. So for me, I use my journal as my own coach and therapist that's going to then come back at me with action steps. So the reason I love journaling in this way is that it becomes your greatest inner coach. You really develop a relationship with your journal where you can write down what you're struggling with, reframe it with strategic tools that I teach here, and that I teach you in my Law of Attraction for Entrepreneurs program. So if you're interested in that, just go to lawofattractionforentrepreneurs.com, and it gives you a daily journaling prompt and a way to start to reframe your mindset and reprogram your subconscious mind. And I created it specifically because journaling is so powerful, and it's such an easy, simple method to self-coach. And so today I'm going to give you 7 journaling prompts. Let's look at some of the famous people in the world who you've all heard of who advocate journaling. Richard Branson, okay, so he's the founder of Virgin Group. He's super well known, mega millionaire. He might be a billionaire, can't remember, but I think he is. And he has a habit of carrying a notebook with him at all times. This is well known about him. And he believes that writing down ideas as soon as they occur prevents them from getting lost or forgotten, and that it's a really effective entrepreneurial strategy. Oprah Winfrey, she religiously writes 5 things she's grateful for every single day in her journal. That's amazing. And Oprah Winfrey is wildly successful, and gratitude raises your vibe, so it makes sense that she would do that. Ariana Huffington, the co-founder of the Huffington Post, she writes about the power of journaling in helping her maintain focus, clarity, and foster creative thinking. Tim Ferriss, we've all heard of him. He's known for writing daily morning pages where he journals his day. He journals for 20 minutes right when he wakes up. And the morning pages is a very specific program or routine in the Artist's Way. If you haven't read it, it's a great book. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, who is one of the most powerful women entrepreneurs. I think she might be the highest earning woman entrepreneur. And she journals daily. And she talks about how she uses it to set goals and visualize a process. And it helps her visualize her success. And she practices this every day. So remember, success leaves clues. If you want to be a highly successful entrepreneur, follow the clues of the successful people. Every successful person that I know who is uber successful practices daily routines, and almost always they talk about journaling. I don't think I know one that I've talked to who's a highly successful entrepreneur, business owner, thought leader, powerful being. They journal. All of them journal. We're reading Think and Grow Rich in my group right now, the Law of Attraction for Entrepreneurs Club, and we have a book club every week, and we are reading Think and Grow Rich right now, and he talks about journaling. And the way he talks about journaling, he doesn't use the term journaling specifically, but he says that you write a statement and you read it every single day. And so you use your journal in a way to write this statement and read it every single day. I think the power of rewriting your statement would be insanely awesome, and I've done this. I write every single day my goals for the year in my journal, every day. Excluding weekends sometimes. Every work weekday I do it. And holy moly, it has such a magnetic force. When I am religious with this, I manifest every single thing I write down. In a way that blows my mind. It shouldn't, because it's just manifestation. I'm focusing on it. I'm taking action. I'm daydreaming about it. And then the universe brings it to me. And it still, though, blows my mind sometimes, because I'll write things down repeatedly and then I'll sometimes forget and I'll start a different scripting process. And then I'll go back and reread my journal like I do very regularly, especially when I finish a journal. I go back and reread because it gives me so much insight into myself and what I've learned. And so I'll go back and reread it and I'll go, oh my God, I manifested all of those things that I wrote down repeatedly, even though I stopped writing some of them down repeatedly. And so pay attention to your journal and use this strategy as a powerful law of attraction tool. Okay, so let's break down why journaling is so important. From a very practical perspective, your journal, like I said, is your Bible of yourself. It helps you get to know yourself. It's a self-coaching tool because it's a mindfulness tool. You get to know yourself in your journal by writing down things, and then you start to see patterns when you go to reread them. It gives you clarity of thought. And who doesn't want more clarity of thought? And remember, scattered energy leads to scattered results. Scattered thinking leads to scattered results. So if you want clarity of thought, start using your journal every day as a tool to bring it to you. When you write down what you're thinking and you use it as a brain dump strategy, you can then start to align with more clarity because you're not holding everything in your mind. So clarity of thought. You can also be using it for stress relief. You know, you're laying out your fears and you're starting to reframe them. You're allowing yourself to feel the way you feel instead of holding it all inside. So in this way, your journal becomes your best friend in a lot of ways. Like, I love my journal. It is so sacred to me because I spend time with her every single day. And so it's a stress relief tool. It's also a way to track progress. So like I said, when you go back and reread your journal, you'll see how far you've come in the amount of time that it took you to fill that journal. And, you know, some people write in their journal daily, which of course you're going to fill up more journals, and then you're going to have more evidence of tracking your progress. Some people like a digital journal for this reason, so that they can go back and really see their progress on, in a comparative way. I know people who use a Google spreadsheet to journal every day. They just do a little journal entry in a Google spreadsheet, and then they do it year year by year, and then they can go back and even search key terms and see how they've grown in that one area because they see how many times they said that term. It could be like, oh, I'm scared about money, and they type in money in the search and they see how many times they talked about money and the common patterns about the way they talked about money in their journal. Another thing your journal does is helps you boost creativity. Because your journal is a place for you to brainstorm and daydream and script and play and envision your future, it boosts your creativity. So it's this fun way to be a deliberate, conscious creator. You're getting mindful and you're putting down your desires and your goals and your dreams and all the things that are fun for you. You could be writing down your ideas. One way I use my journal is that in the back, I take about the last, I'd say, quarter of my journal and I put a tab, and that's my brainstorm and fun ideas spot for my journal. So I reserve the back section, the quarter section of my journal, to just be ideas and brainstorms, because I have a ton of ideas all the time as an entrepreneur, and I put them in a place, and then I can go back to them and I can decide, do I want to expand on this idea or not? I have a page for quotes that are highly impactful to me that I read during the time that journal is being written. I have in my front cover of my journal, I put the most prominent thoughts, questions, and affirmantras that are guiding me during that time. And I also put my 5 lifetime goals in every cover of my journal. And I just started a new practice of asking 5 questions in the front of my journal that help me then, when I have a new journal, track my progress. So I'm just giving you some ideas about how you can set your journal up if you're not already a journaler, or if you're looking for strategies to set it up. These are some fun ways to do it. Now, let's add the layer here of the law of attraction perspective of the benefits of journaling. So I want you to think about this. Your journal as a Bible of yourself and as your inner guide and coach, it has the power to be your inner power entrepreneur up-leveling resource and tool. So number one, you're going to up-level your vibrational frequency by journaling, because it helps you know who you are, know what you want, and know how to get there. It encourages self-reflection and introspection, and it allows you to align your actions with your desires and understand your past successes and your past learning lessons. We could say failures here, but I don't believe in failure, because you only fail when you give up. So it helps you track the journey of your entrepreneurial success. It helps you track the journey of your entrepreneurial growth. And so in a law of attraction way, this helps you own your power, see your growth. And that is a very incredible strategy to help you focus on the gains instead of the things that you have not yet accomplished. It helps you focus on the wins. It helps you focus on the lessons. It helps you love yourself more. Your journal really helps you enjoy and love and connect with yourself more. Another way that my computer's making some beeps. I don't know if you heard that. I have everything turned off. I don't know why it's doing that. Another way that it gives you a boost in the law of attraction is that it's your manifestation and visualization guide. So in your journal, you can script, you can clearly articulate your desires, you set goals, you visualize your desires, and you visualize your success. So it becomes your manifesting toolkit. I use my journal every day for scripting. Like I said, I write down my goals. I write them in a scripting based way where I say, thank you so much. And I often write, Dear God, G-O-D, Grand Organized Design. So I'll write, Dear God, thank you so much for bringing me blank, blank, blank. This year has been amazing. And so I'll script it out like I'm saying a prayer of gratitude, as if everything's already happened. And so scripting is a really fun way. If you just search scripting in the podcast on whatever player you're listening to, you can go back and listen to scripting episodes. And that's a great way to also learn more about scripting. You can clearly articulate your desires. Like I said, set goals, visualize your desires, visualize your success. Another way is that it raises your vibrational frequency. So you can use your journal for sharing wins, self-reflection, a brain dump, gratitude, affirmantras. So you use it as this way to let go and release the things that you're feeling stuck about, that you are ready to let go of and transform and shift your energy. And then you reframe and use it as a reframe strategy. So you raise your vibe. It also is a subconscious reprogramming tool, because in the Inner Power formula, there are 3 steps. Remember, recognize, reframe, repeat to reprogram. Recognize, reframe, repeat to reprogram. So in your journal, first you're recognizing by writing down. You're recognizing your fears, you're recognizing your wins, your lessons, things you're thinking about. Then you're reframing in the direction you choose to go. So you're writing mantras, you're scripting, you're envisioning, you're writing your goals, you're writing all the things that you're choosing to shift in a different direction. And because you're doing this daily, your journal as a daily habit, you're repeating to reprogram, which means that you're reprogramming your subconscious mind through your journaling habit. So freaking cool. Okay, so let's get to the 7 questions that you're going to ask yourself to do. Really, this is a great year in review practice. You could also do this if you wanted to shift the questions a little. You could do it weekly. This could be a weekly review practice, but I set it up right now because we're at the end of the year at the time of the recording and release of this episode. We're going to do it for a year in review of 2023. So here are the questions to ask yourself. There are 7 of them. Write these down. And these questions are going to take some time. I do a 2-day retreat with my bestie, and we look at these in depth. And we sometimes do our own thing side by side. These are questions I ask myself in terms of what I choose to review about my year. And so this is something that you could take 5 minutes to do, or you could take 2 days to do. And so I'm going to give you all of the questions, and then you design a retreat for yourself, however it looks, and journal about these questions to do a year in review and ask these questions so that you can get aligned for business success in 2024. Okay, so question number 1, where was I 1 year ago? Where was I 1 year ago? Things to help you think about this question. What were you thinking a year ago? What were you feeling? What were you doing? What was your business like? Did you even have a business? What was your financial situation? Where were you spiritually, emotionally? So that's what's in this question. Where was I 1 year ago? And I want you to think where you were physically and where you were mentally, spiritually, financially, relationally, and really look a year ago and think, whoa, this is what I was doing a year ago. This is such a great self-reflective tool to help you see how much you've changed and transformed over the year. So it's really a mindset awakening of seeing all that you've created in a year. So where was I 1 year ago? Number 2, what were my biggest wins over the last year? What were my biggest wins over the last year? And so here you're taking time to reflect on your journey so far, and this is a powerful perspective shift for you. You want to look at everything you accomplished over the last year. So for me, what this looks like is I actually get my calendar out on Google and I write down every month. And I do this part in a spreadsheet because I like to have the comparative analysis. So I'll write down every episode I created. How many reels did I release? How many shorts? How many people did I coach? How many places did I speak? I mean, and this takes time. This one takes me probably the longest because I'm tracking what I did in the year, and it blows my mind every time. I'm like, holy moly, I created so much in the world. And I want you to take the time to do this because when you look at what your biggest wins were over the last year and what you created, it will make you know how powerful you are. It will cause you to see that you have gained so much this year and that you've transformed and that you've made impact and that you've made progress. So what were my biggest wins over the last year? Write it in your journal, do a spreadsheet, whatever way works best for you. Number 3, what are the most important lessons I learned in the last 12 months? And you want to think about the personal, the spiritual, the relational, the financial, the entrepreneurial. Okay, so what are the most important lessons I learned in the last 12 months? Again, this is you being self-reflective and seeing all of the, quote unquote failures that are actually lessons that have helped you get to where you are today. You wouldn't be listening to this episode right now if you weren't still on track to be an inner power entrepreneur, to have a highly successful business that you love, where you make money and impact, sharing your wisdom with the world. So already that's a win, right? So what are the most important lessons I learned in the last 12 months? And just get clear about those. Number 4, what are 3 things that drained my energy most in 2023? This is an awesome question that really helps you get clear about what to drop in 2024. Okay, so an additional question here would just be like, okay, what are 3 things that drained my energy most? And am I willing to drop those in 2024? Because if they're draining your energy, they're making you low vibe, and they're not helping you access the power of the law of attraction consciously. So anything that drains your energy is causing you to be lower vibrational frequency, and it's blocking your success. It's blocking your rapid business growth. It's blocking your personal growth. So what are 3 things that drained my energy most in 2023 is going to help you identify what to drop in 2024. Number 5, what are 3 things that gave me the most energy and joy in 2023? So what are 3 things that just rocked your world, caused you to be high vibe, caused you to feel like, oh yeah, I have a pinchable life, a pinchable business. I love it. I love it. I love it. Think of those things. Could be things that get you, when you walked away, you felt more inspiration. It could be things that you just lay down and you, at the end of the day, and you think, that was a Groundhog Day. So that's what you're looking for here. And just write them down. This is going to help you know what to add in 2024. The things that brought you joy and gave you energy are clues as to your zone of genius. They're clues as to your highest values, and the things that give you energy are going to increase joy. The things that give you joy increase energy. It plays off of each other, and those things are going to attract easier success your way, so you can experience rapid business growth. These 2 questions, the 3 things that drain your energy, the 3 things that give you energy, are also a clue about what you need to delegate in your business. So, I always do a drop add list based on these 2 questions. So what drained my energy, I start to add to a drop, automate, delegate list, because I know if they're draining my energy, either I need to drop them, I need to automate them, or I need to delegate them. If they're giving me energy, I want to do more of those things, which means I also need to drop the things that are draining my energy to delegate. And so that I can be more in time, spending more time in my zone of genius, doing things that give me the most energy. So these 2 questions are very powerful. Okay, number 6. What 3 new money habits will I implement in 2024 to experience rapid business growth? Ooh, this is a juicy question, because it's going to take you reflecting on what your money habits currently are and how you're going to choose to reframe them so that you can get different results in 2024. This could look like weekly P&L reviews, money magnet dates. You've heard me talk about this before, where you set up a time every week where you look at your money and you make it be a sacred space and a high vibe setting where you feel good and you're creating and cultivating a great relationship with money. It could be having meetings with your partner. It could be, there are so many options here, and it's going to be dependent on you and what money habits you're going to choose to implement. It could be, automated savings, automated investing. It could, the sky's the limit here, but I want you to think about what are 3 new money habits I'll implement in 2024 to experience rapid business growth. And then number 7, how do I want my business to look and feel by the end of 2024? How do I want my business to look and feel by the end of 2024? This one's all about you envisioning your dream business in vivid detail, okay? And I want you to really see how it looks, how it operates, how does it feel? Who do you have on your team? What kind of clients are you attracting? What kind of product, service, programs are you delivering? What does your day look like? What does a perfect week look like? How many vacations do you take? What kind of lifestyle are you reverse engineering from your business success? That's what's wrapped up into this question. So play with this as if you're writing out your perfect life and day as an entrepreneur. So how do I want my business to look and feel by the end of 2024 is such a powerful question. And know that as you go through these journaling prompts, they might take some time, but write them down and just go through all of them by the end of the year. And you will be in awe of how powerfully self-reflective they are, how much they help you reframe what you're doing and what you're thinking, what you're being, feeling, doing, thinking, so that you can shift your energy and get it aligned for rapid business growth in 2024. And remember, if you're liking what you got in this episode and you're liking journaling prompts especially, I have a daily program that gives you journaling prompts every single day with a meditation and an affirm mantra to help you get aligned as an entrepreneur. Just go to lawofattractionforentrepreneurs.com, lawofattractionforentrepreneurs.com. The link is also in the description. And this is going to give you a 7-day free trial and unlock 90 lessons for you for free. You can check out 90 lessons in those 7 days. I don't know if you have that much time, but you can check out as many as you like. And if it's a good fit for you, stay in the program. If it's not, you can leave the program. I know that if you're here right now listening this far into the episode, you're gonna love, love, love it. It's gonna blow your mind and you're gonna wonder where I've been all your life with this program. All right, let's recap the 7 journaling prompts. Number 1, where was I 1 year ago? Number 2, what were my biggest wins over the last year? Number 3, what are the most important lessons I learned in the last 12 months? Number 4, what are 3 things that drained my energy most in 2024? Number 5, what are 3 things that gave me the most energy and joy in 2023? Number 6, what 3 new money habits will I implement in 2024 to experience rapid business growth? And number 7, how do I want my business to look and feel by the end of 2024? Oh yeah, you're a rock star. I can't wait to hear how these go. Of course, I love to hear from you. Reach out to me on all the channels, Inner Power Daily, and be sure to check out the Law of Attraction for Entrepreneurs.com program with the 7-day free trial. And until next time, I'm sending you giant hugs and inner power high fives.